people can figure out what they like to do and kind of chase that type of work, or they can do a little bit of different here and there. So you don't get tired of doing one thing. There's a lot of diversity in what we do.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
So let's go ahead and move to here locally. The Local 477, y'all are a sponsor of the show. We appreciate that. And y'all have got y'all are doing a lot of work. Y'all are really out there, getting stuff done. And so let's talk to us about how the jobs actually work for trade unions. We talked to Bob about this a bit ago, because the stagehands operate pretty similarly to trade unions. But how do y'all do that? If somebody joins the union, how can they expect to get a job? Like, how does that process work?
Well, I'll start, since I'm the organizer at local. I'll start by mainly the guys I deal with. The guy comes to me, he's got enough experience to go out at the journeyman rate. We'll send him over and get him a weld test, or we'll give him a written test just to kind of check what he knows, to make sure that if there's any gaps, that we can fill in those gaps before he gets on the job. And we send him to work. When he gets laid off, he signs out a work list, and he's usually, like right now, he may be turned around the next day going on another job. It's usually most people are not off a week. And when I got in, I think we talked about this before. My dad said, "You're an idiot. You're going to be broke and laid off all the time." And I think I made almost twice what he made the first year. But I
Nice.
was never off work. It was there was always somewhere to go, and there's always been somewhere to go. And it's the same. If you're a good hand, you won't have to hunt a job. A job will hunt you. It's the same way.
Right. Yeah. And so you sign up, you become a member of the union, and then just like Bob was talking about, there are jobs, and you get called for jobs, and sometimes you might work there for a few months, sometimes maybe for a few years. And and one of the things that I really like about the trade unions is that because they're international, like you said, there's always work somewhere. There's always work somewhere. And so if you're willing to travel, you never have to worry about being out of work. I talked to a pipe fitter a couple of years ago about how he made like $250,000 working a job in California in 1 year. So there's always work somewhere, and because the trade unions are international organizations, they can set you up if work maybe dries up a little bit in your local area. They can set you up with a job somewhere else if you're willing to relocate.
Not only that, we've had guys whose spouses moved to Huntsville for whether it be like a job in the medical field or something with defense, and be an iron worker from another state way off. They come here, and the transfer process is extremely easy. So then they can uproot where they're at, move here, and then they're still iron worker here. All their money's still going to a pension. So it's nice. It's nice to have that luxury.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so what kind of work have y'all got going on in Huntsville? What are the projects that the Ironworkers Local 477 is working on here? Not just in Huntsville, but in North Alabama.
Well, we're doing the structural, the precast, and the glass or glazing work at the FBI project at Redstone Arsenal. We did the test stand for Blue Origin, the demo and rebuild at Redstone Arsenal. We did the Toyota Mazda project. We've got Facebook data center going. We're on the second or third phase of it. We've got a contractor that's already been awarded the next phase of it. We've got a motor plant expansion coming up at Toyota. We've got a 3-unit simple cycle going on at Carver Steam Plant right now. We've got work at Counts, Tennessee at the paper mill. We keep a lot of work with TVA. We've got a Browns Ferry outage, nuclear outage winding up right now. We're covered up with work. Yeah,
you said that y'all have basically every single member is out on a job somewhere, 100% employment basically, right?
Yeah. If they're not working, it's because they're at home drawing unemployment and they don't want to go to work. It's a lot of these guys will work out of state and get a good unemployment check coming in, $400 or $500 a week, and they'll kick back and take off for a few months and draw their pennies.
Right. And I mean that's pretty good, being able to go to work if you're if you got the job. I mean that's a good problem to have. having all those jobs available. What exactly are y'all doing on these jobs? Like, give us an average day of like an iron worker at the Facebook site.
We've got guys from sticking bolts, bolting up the iron, plumbing the iron, making sure everything's plumbed straight. We got connectors that are hanging the iron. We've got a decking crew, hair steels up there slinging decking, shooting Nelson studs. It's that's a structural job. We've got guys that are at Browns Ferry that's been welding, nonstop welding. We've got we had an outage that just finished up, or what's still going at Castilium. It's on a furnace, a lot of welding. It's there's so many different facets of ironwork, whether it's tying rods or structural jobs or glass work, ornamental. People can figure out what they like to do and kind of chase that type of work, or they can do a little bit of different here and there. So you don't get tired of doing one thing. There's a lot of diversity in what we do.
Right.
That's really cool.
And so why are y'all getting all this work? You mentioned that there's open shop contractors, there's non-union contractors out here that they could get this work theoretically, but y'all are getting all this work. Why is that?
Well, the number one reason we're getting all this work is because our members, they go out, they do the job, they take a lot of pride in what they do. One of the biggest differences I noticed, I worked non-union for a while before I got in the union, and I kind of feel like I always had pride in what I do, but there's a different sense of pride when you do it, or when I'm doing it through the union, because I understand that I'm not representing just myself, but I'm representing everybody. The people that came before me, the people that took time out of their day to teach me a better way, a easier way, a safer way to do it, a faster way to do it. So that's where our members are at. They take a lot of pride in what they do. They're going to go to work and do the best job that they can. They look ahead. It's a culture. It's the best way I can put it. It's a whole different culture.
And y'all's safety ratings are really, really good too. In the commercial that y'all sent me to read, you mentioned the EMR and TRIR ratings. Talk to us about the safety ratings and the increased focus on safety that y'all have, maybe as opposed to non-union contractors.
We definitely have a huge focus on safety, and that was kind of our that's our go-to. That's one of the biggest reasons to hire our guys is because there's so much emphasis on safety. I mean, I've got OSHA 10, I've got OSHA 30, I've got OSHA 510, I've got OSHA 500. I can teach the 10 or the 30. All those classes are available to any of our members. It's not. It's the sky's the limit. It's however far you want to go. That's and it's safety culture has been extremely strong since I got here. It's but I don't think any contractor goes to work in the morning and says, "Hey, let's see if we can hurt somebody today." That's
right.
That's nobody's MO for sure. But being able to have guys looking out for one another and understand that if this contractor gets a bad safety rating, they're not going to be able to bid on the next job. And so we take care of our local contractors big time on that, because we want them to be able to bid the next job. We like working for them,
Yeah. Apprenticeships. When is the next round? When does the next round of the apprenticeship program start? What are the kind of people that y'all take, and when do applications need to be in?
We take everybody. We take anybody that wants to come. You got to have a high school diploma or a GED. We take applications year round. See, the next class, they usually do interviews in August, and the class usually starts in September. It's a 3-year program. First year usually goes at night, 2 nights a week. Second year and third year go 4 weeks a year. They've been going, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So that way you still get a good check both weeks, and it works out good for everybody.
There you go. And where do they apply if they're interested in being an apprentice?
They can apply at our local or at our training center in Sheffield, Alabama.
And what if a listener is a journeyman level iron worker? They've been doing this for a while, but they're non-union and they're interested in maybe getting on with 477. What do they need to do?
And get in the car and be at the office Monday morning. That's we get them to work. We're literally that covered up.
Awesome. All right. Well, Eddie, I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Jacob again, and as always, thank you again for having us on. We appreciate what you do.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep. You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.